Hey there, this is Sean Weiland with BadCoyoteFunky.com, and today I'm checking out Lightseekers Awakening, and this is a augmented reality trading card game. Now, essentially, the basis of it, which I have a little playboard out or play mat out here that it comes with. This is a relatively straightforward combat trading card game where you have heroes, you have action cards, you have buffs, and then you have what was the last one? Oh, combo cards, which are kind of like high test action cards or attacks. This is kind of interesting the way that's set up, and actually I do enjoy when you buy a starter pack. It actually comes with this mat that Play Fusion so kindly sent me a starter pack. Thank you. That has everything laid out on here. When you get a starter pack, it comes with a little booster pack with your augmented reality cards, little handy-dandy carrying box, starter deck, and a little fusion card that also works with the named iOS and Android game. So this is kind of an interesting game. Of course, you have the trading card game. It has a digital tie-in with the app game, which is sort of an action RPG. There's also like physical toys that you can buy that, when you scan them or link them with your device, also change the reality of the game. Today we're just checking out this card game. So actually, aside from this map, the other thing it comes with is a quick start guide, which tells you a little bit about every card. Fairly straightforward, the layout, names, abilities, how many you can have on item cards equipped to a hero, how action cards work. Action cards work with these elements listed on the top. So if you have an element, it has to go with the character or their equipment that they are carrying. There is a large reference manual on the back. It's a little thick, but actually it really nicely covers everything more in detail of what's on the front. So like if it says an action occurs this way, then it gives you a full rundown. Worth reading, but you don't actually have to read it to start the game. It's more of like a reference guide. Kind of a cool thing about this game, one thing I found interesting while I was reading over the rules of everything, is that this can be a two-player game, straight up PvP, and then it just goes up from there. You can have a circle of friends. It didn't even have a limit, really. So you can 7, 8, 10 people. So this can actually be a decent game night game. It is aimed at younger audiences with the video game or app tie-in, but really it's just I think the content is not gory or bloody at all. So you can actually fairly well sink your teeth into it. Actually bust open the pack here. So, hero card, which is pretty much you have to have a hero to start any game. So, dang. Actually, like that. It's got kind of a dark elf styling to it. Hit points on there. Every hero starts with their hit points. This is 30. I just realized my camera's backwards, but oh well. They can't have more than 35 for a character. Kind of a cool note. If you're playing 3 or more players, when you defeat the person to your left, who is the person you would attack, the person to your right is attacking you, you actually get 5 extra health. So there's a way to actually keep lasting through longer games with other people. Interesting. So buff, defend, buff, attack, buff. Buff cards, a little interesting note. This one looks like it lasts forever. But other buff cards actually have a rotation style to them. So you play them, then you rotate them, then you rotate them again. Then they're done and they're taken out of combat. They can have different shapes on them. So there's a little extra mechanic with how buffs work on there. This is a very buff-heavy deck. Actually might be the style of that. This is the Dread deck, by the way, which would be kind of like a dark deck or black deck in Magic from what it's sort of looking like. So defend. You can defend yourself. You can attack other people. One of the notes as I was reading over the mechanics of this game, you're not allowed to show, or you don't want to show other people your cards in your hand, but you are allowed to tell them what it is. You can't show them, but you can tell them, so it's kind of like a little bluff mechanism in the game. Also, a little interesting note, when you're playing with more people, whoever goes first starts with 4 cards, then it goes up. The next person who goes second, which would be to your left, gets 5, then 6, then 7, and then everyone else after that also gets 7 cards. So it's a little extra bonus for going second or last even. These are the augmented cards that this came with. A little bit shinier coating on the back. And it's weird, actually, these cards look the same. So we'll get the AR camera up here in a moment. Ooh, that one's shiny. I do believe that means it's a rare card. I believe it says I get at least... Oh, no, it doesn't say I get 1 rare one. Never mind. I was... oh, wait, no. One hero, 1 rare, 2 uncommon, 2 common. So, where's my hero? In there. Oh, it was right on top. Zilla. I didn't realize that was a hero. This is a, what, the Earth style of... Or tech. This is a tech. It would make sense. He doesn't look like kind of techy. Ability rotate 1 of your action buffs 1 step forward. So he's better at moving buffs around. Interesting. Alright, so we'll get the AR thing going. This is actually one of the AR cards, so we'll bring that up in a second. I'm trying to think of any other interesting notes. A couple downsides, not huge, but in order to use the AR camera, you have to download the full game app. So it's like about 1 gigabyte. Which I thought was a little large. I was kind of hoping just to load up the camera to show the AR of this game. But, you know, if you want to play what looks like a decent RPG tie-in, not bad. There we go. Just hopefully we can see all that in there. And this will actually go ahead and scan. Give that a tap so we can... tips don't get out of the way. There we go. I'll move that just to the side on there. So we actually have like some rotating jewels on there that are floating outside of the card, which is, yeah, that's kind of cute, kind of neat. I haven't seen it happen with characters yet, so we'll go ahead and actually give that a shot and see what happens. Okay, it's kind of badass. So that actually popped in a hero card there, and now he's he done screwed up, sitting outside the camera. So that's actually kind of neat. So you can see whatever hero you're in, they can actually be on full 3D display on your phone while you're playing. And you can actually scan your opponent's cards as well and see what's going on. So let's try it with one other and see if it works with a buff, just for funsies. Bam, it does. So it looks like it actually works with most of the cards. And that's that takes a lot of work, 3D modeling, and then implementation, but that's actually pretty neat. I dig that. Cool. All right, so let's take that away. So outside of that, these are our 30 card decks that you would normally play with, plus your hero, which is normally out, face up. You play until you're dead. There's little counters going on the outside of the sheet. Doesn't come with a marker, but you can use pretty much anything, coins, dice, what have you. I actually had a D8 here for playing that. Yeah, that's about it. Our tabletop game, our card game starter pack, I forgot how much it is. I want to say it's around $30 or $40. Not too bad. You can get it on Amazon. I believe they're also at Toys R Us. Again, tying in with more of the youth audience. But for a game night, especially if you have some more tech-oriented people for a tabletop game night, it seems like it would be pretty fun. Not too expensive to get into, and I enjoy that little digital tie-in, which seems pretty fun. So thanks for watching. If you go ahead and check it out if you feel so inclined, and then definitely the game is free to download, so you can actually just check that out and play it for fun. You can always follow us on badcodyfunky.com, @badcodyfunky on Twitter.